is up here is live yet, up there. So now I'm just going to take you, and we're going to walk into the other room. I'm going to take my needlework with me here, my December daily, and get the caboodle out of the way so I don't step on it. And I'm walking into the other room. I'm just keeping this in front of me here. And hopefully I'm set up as much as I can. Now, while I'm live here, I won't see comments unless I run into the other room. I'm going to put you down on, no, we'll aim you toward the machine. Hold on. There's my machine. It's a Brother broad runway. What do they call it? It's a limited edition runway. That movie came on. See, it's a runway machine. There's my brother coughing in there. And it's got a lot of stitches on here. I'm still learning the stitches. That's why I have that sampler. And over here, see, there are all my Christmas boxes there. And then I have another box, and back in the corner there is my brother's Coke can art. And then outside our window here, I'd like to get a pull shade, but I think I need a really, really long pull shade. I think it's like, it's over. Becky says, hang on while we move. All right, now I'm going to point you this way, and I have my, I have a book taped to the back of this chair, because the chair, the clamp doesn't fit unless I have that book there. So here's my clamp. I'm going to turn my phone. Let's see, I have to turn it this way. I'll probably be giving you guys a headache, but, and it's really interesting that I can get on both places. Okay, now this is the clamp here. I'm going to open that up and put my phone in there. And now I'll have to adjust it. I'll probably pull the chair back a little. There. Woo! Now let me go get my tablet so I can see chat while we're doing this. Let me just pull my tablet in here. The tablet's an old tablet, but I can read chat. I can read chat on it. All right. So it is still going on. This is my tablet, and you're getting my light up above. This is my tablet here, and it's still looking at my desk in the other room. So if you came in on this stream, you might see another stream out there. Check and see if you see another stream. Oh, there, Janet did it. Thank you, Janet. So if you go to Janet's link, Janet says, come on over, ladies. Thank you, Janet. So I've got 2 live streams going. One is showing my sewing machine, and the other one's just showing my desktop. So when I get ready to go back into my desktop, I'm going to tell you one thing. Let me turn on the machine. If I mess up here, and I do mess up, I'm not going to deal with it a lot. If my thread all tangles up on me, I can put in another bobbin thread, and sometimes I can rethread my needle and stuff like that. But if I get my fabric caught underneath these feed dogs, forget it. I'm turning off the news stream. Thank you, Janet, for giving the other link. I can't see if anybody who's coming, because I only see the chat. Can you guys hear me? Let's see. Let me know. Yeah, I see that, Janet. She said she posted the other link. Angie's in the new stream. We hear you. Okay, cool, Angie. All right, you might hear me echoing from the old stream. That's interesting. All right. Probably now the phone will ring. Oh. All right. So I'm just going to watch chat in the old stream, but I'm in the new stream. In the new stream, if you haven't found the new stream yet, check on the link that Janet gave. No echo? Thank you, Janet. All right. So what I want to do first is do just a sample stitch. Just to show you guys I'm learning the machine. Now, I'm not an expert. I don't even pretend to be an expert. We'll leave that up to the experts. But all I'm doing is playing, and I have the in foot in now. And I made a mistake this afternoon as I thought I had the in foot in and I had the G foot in. And I kept breaking my thread and getting it all caught. And it took me a while to figure that one out. So I won't be doing a lot of this, but I wanted to show you guys that I know how to sew, basic sewing, simple sewing. I don't do Becky style sewing where, Becky's a pro. I'm not a pro. But I like to use it, I think, for my art journals and making bags and maybe a couple little mending things, stuff like that. And I thought I would just show you guys that what I'm doing with my December daily. And it's going to take me a while to get it done, but I'm not going to go live the whole time. Let me adjust this foot rest. All right, let me look for a stitch that I'm comfortable with. Let's see, I think I did 58 down there. Let's do... I'm going to try 63, but it's given me trouble before. So if I have trouble with it, I'm not going to continue. 63 in, and I have my in foot in. So I'm just going to start stitching here. Now, some people don't care for watching other people sew, and I understand that because it's just, and I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of this because it's just sewing. It's just watching but every now and then, I don't want to get this fabric caught. Every now and then it catches on a thread and my fabric gets caught underneath of the feed dogs. The little feed track thing. See it there? See, look at how that wrinkled up there? Can you see how that wrinkled? I don't know if you can see it. But every now and then, I think it's when it's trying to go back. And it seems to happen on certain stitches. Yeah, it's getting caught. I'm going to take this out before I get it way caught. I don't trust that one stitch. I should have even attempted it. But I caught it before it. Let's look at the stitch itself here. I'll show it to you. Let's see, where was I? I was in here. I was right there, right in there. And see how it's starting to crumple up like that in a big old knot? And when I don't catch it, it all crumbles up underneath my feed dog. And it seems to be on this little leaf stitch like this. It seems to crumble up. So maybe I just can't do it on this type of fabric. I'm glad I stopped before I had a problem. So let's try another stitch, a simple one. I'd have to change the foot to go to the running stitches. Let's try something like 54. Let's see how 54 works. 54 is a kind of a stitch that it points to the right and it has kind of a point to it. I'll show you. Kind of an open arrow type thing, only but no arrow, just the head of it. You would think I would be happy with just plain running stitches, but I'm not. Yeah, so now it's going good. And I've noticed, I want to show you something here after I get this stitched. So it seems to be that one stitch that messes up on this fabric for some reason. I think I've done it on the paper fine. We'll try it on the paper. And then I pull my fabric way out to the side and snip it so I have long tails here. The thread I'm using was here when I moved here. So here's the, right here is the stitch I just did. And it goes like, well, I stitched it up and down like that. No, I'm not seeing chat. Let's see if I can see chat. Hi, Dixie. Dixie's in here. Shannon's here. All right. So I'm going to not work on this. I want to show you what I've been doing with my papers for my December daily. Let's grab one here. Let me grab one. Hold on. I'm going to stitch on a long one. This will go on the vertical side. So what I do is I just stitch on the top. The sides I'll stitch when I stitch it into the journal. So I'm going to leave my end foot in, and let's pick a good stitch. What is that? Yeah, I'd have to change the feet on some of these to get to like the zigzag and everything, because I don't have the zigzag foot in, the one that uses it. Let's do 80. I've never done 80 before. And 80 is kind of a block stitch, sort of. I'll show you here. And let's... So it seems to stitch better on, I think, on the paper. I feel better about it stitching on paper. I seem to have more control stitching on paper, but I know that it gets little shards in the machine, and you have to clean all that out. But I seem to have better luck stitching on the paper than I do fabric, because the paper is stable and the fabric is, you know, the fabric is, I don't want to say flimsy, but it can wrinkle and all of that while you're stitching. Okay, now, let's see, I want to come up one. So I'm at the top, and then I want to turn I'm going to go around the curve here if I can. And are you guys getting a decent view? What did Becky say? I chat on my phone that I'm filming this. I can't see it, and my tablet. Well, let's see. Can I go to the other live on my tablet? Let's see if I can. Hold on. Let me go to the other live. Oh, yeah. See, I've got two live streams. Whoops. I've got that live stream and this one. The one with the doll is my old one. Let's go to the Friday 2 one. And then I can see the chat where you're talking in the news stream. Oh, leaders and enders. Oh, Becky's going to have to teach me leaders and enders. Becky, if you're listening, or even Janet too, see this piece right here? I have to see what that is. But I notice it's this little lever right here. Not the one behind it, but this one. When I stitch, it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm not sure what that piece is. Let me look at my diagram here. Let me reach over here and let's see if I can see what that piece is in my book. Quick. That is the presser foot holder. Maybe that's why. Is that the presser foot holder? That's what, oh, one. Needle threader. Is that the needle threader? Oh, I think that's the handle for the needle threader. And this is the buttonhole. The one behind it is the buttonhole lever. Oh, that's interesting. But I notice I really haven't played with those too much. I'm still learning them. But I've noticed that when I stitch, it wiggles back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm going, should it be doing that? See, it's wiggling back and forth. I got to watch where I'm going here. And I just kind of turn the curve. You got to go around curves. Just like when you're driving a car, you got to slow down around the curves or you'll land up in the ditch. And I got this machine mostly to play with my art stuff. I probably won't be doing, if I be doing any type of clothing or anything like that, it'll be stuff that I wear around the house or maybe sewing up tears in my pants and stuff like that. I have a nice machine up in Wisconsin. It's an older one, but it's one that I've always used for fabric and stuff. I didn't stitch art stuff with it. All right, now I can go straight again. Now, I'm not going to be in here a whole long time. My whole stream is not going to be doing this. But I wanted to show you guys what I've been doing all day. I've run into some issues, like when I got my fabric caught underneath the feed dogs. And I think that was happening because I was doing I had the wrong foot for the stitch that I was using. And I didn't realize what was happening with it. But then that stitch that I did tonight, it was starting to clump up, and I have the right stitch for the right foot for it, so I'm not sure exactly what caused that, but it clumps up and then it gets caught in your feed dog, and you have to be careful getting it out. All right, let me pull this out, and I'll show you here's the stitch that I did on the paper, and you're seeing a close-up view. And then when I put my paper, the paper will go this way in the corner, and then when I stitch it in, I'll stitch the sides in. So the other one on this is black, and I think I'm going to wait till I do red thread. I'm just going to rethread my needle on these. So, let's see what else I have here that I was going to show you. I can't show you the whole thing because I don't have room. I don't have room for it all. My poor brother. I try to keep my stuff into that one room where I do all my art, but I've been my machine, like I said, I can only plug it into the wall socket according to them. They don't want you to plug it into, well, all I see is the black paper. I want a short white one. Hold on, I'm looking. Let me look through this. Oh, these are all black. Oh, here, I think. Here. I've got but I haven't punched it. I haven't punched this yet. I'll have to punch a half hole, but I'm going to go ahead. Well, no, I can't do that. Can't do it. Because I have to stitch around the curve. So I think I'm done in here showing you what I wanted to show on the machine and kind of talk about it. Hi, Tommy Joe. Let's see. Let me look at chat. Oh, where my tablet is. Way over here. Let me look at chat. We need to make leaders and enders. We need Meri to make leaders and enders. I need to learn how to do that. I've heard Becky talk about those. You like to watch sewing? Aw, Janet. Shannon said, I watched paper to paper gluing for an hour today. Oh, Pam. Pam sews a lot. Pam and Becky both do Friday sews. Leaders and enders. Dixie gives a thumbs up. Becky said yes. Becky says, leader enders keep the machine from eating the fabric and the start and the end. Oh. And you don't waste as much thread. Yeah, you should see the back of my machine over there. I throw all my thread pieces across that way. Hi, Kathy, Calico Kate. Dixie says, I do half square triangles for my leaders and enders. Eventually, I'll have enough to make something. Oh, cool. Well, let's see. Let me go back to my sampler. Let's go back to, I'm calling this a sampler, and this is, whoops, this is big enough that I think that I can make a, I think I can make a bag out of it. Let's start down a little here. Let's try another stitch and see. Now I've got the end hook in, a foot. Let's do, I'm afraid to do that 63 again because that's the one that bunched up on me. Let's do 74. That's kind of a pretty stitch. All right, here I go. I hope. I try to start out slow. And you know what's really nice? This fabric, where the two stripes are, is where the feet are. So if I can keep my feet on the red stripes, I can stitch down, almost down the center. I get a little crooked, but, you know, I'm beginner. So I try to start out slow so I know that the stitch is working, and I try not to force it. Let's see what this is going to do for me. Of course, now to you expert sewers there, this is all old hat stuff. But to me, it's been fun because, well, you know, I've had this machine for a year and haven't had it out. And I've gone through some interesting experiences this weekend with it. And my foot pedal keeps floating away from me, even on the carpet. And I have to stop and bring it back. All right, what's going on up here? Oh, I think it's going to be a pretty stitch. Now I'm only going to go down as far as this stripe right here. So I just got about 2 inches left to go. I was going to show you how I stitch around the corner here, but I think that will be too complicated for here, because I have to pin it. I have to pin it all up and get these all even here. You're seeing it close up. But see, this is the back piece. And then I put a piece of paper in between. And that gives it some steadiness, some, because it's an art journal. And then I stitch all around the border. Whoops, excuse me. I stitch all around the border to get this type of thing. And it's turned out real nice. And see, this is where I've stitched this paper pocket down onto but here's where, and I still have a pin in here. This is where I've stitched on the border. And then I played with some crazy looping and I don't care if whoops, what did I do? Side key hittings there.